Kourtney Kardashian is setting the record straight after fans accused her of single-handedly ending Keeping Up with the Kardashians just as news of the show wrapping up went public. Let's get into it. The end is near for Keeping Up with the Kardashians as a new episode aired Thursday night, which features the family preparing to tell their crew the bittersweet news that the show would be ending after the 20th season. Prior to Kim, Kourtney, Khloe and Kris tearfully relaying the news to their crew, who's been like an extended family to them since the beginning, the sisters were discussing amongst themselves if they thought it was officially time to pull the plug. Kim was the first to admit that this decision was a big change. Khloe agreed, saying she's a creature of habit and that she's not exactly great with change. Kourtney, however, was fully on board to turn the cameras off and to get on with their lives much less publicly. Check it out.
What's your answer on this?
I definitely think that it's time. Kourtney thought it was time 3 years ago.
It's never been a secret as to how Kourtney's priorities differ from her sisters.
And working is it's not my top priority.
Anywho, Khloe's comment alludes to the fact that Kourtney announced that she was quitting the show last year, just 2 months before the family unanimously decided to announce it to the public. In an interview with Vogue Arabia last year, Kourtney explained her reasons for wanting to step back, saying, quote, "I have been filming the show non-stop for 14 years. I was feeling unfulfilled and it became a toxic environment for me to continue to have it occupy as much of my life as it was." Kourtney stood firm on her opinion in last night's episode, while Khloe was one of the only ones who actually wanted to continue filming, telling the family, "It's definitely clear that everyone's decisions have been made, but mine is the only one that would be against the rest of the family." Kourtney then continued to explain why she's against filming more episodes, saying, "We always said we would do it together as long as we all wanted to do it and felt happy, and that it made sense." She also explained during a confessional that she's had a love-hate relationship with the show, saying, quote, "I've definitely had my moments when I wasn't fully comfortable with filming, and then there's so many exciting moments like where we've had the best times and great family trips and so many experiences that we wouldn't have had if we weren't filming." Later on in the episode, Kourtney and Scott Disick were discussing the backlash she received after the news went public, as many were convinced that it was her who single-handedly ended the show.
Does it bother you?
Yeah, I mean, they're saying it as a joke, but I'm sure there's people that
I really believe it.
Yeah.
Scott was the first to confirm that the rumor is obviously not true, and that wrapping the show was an entire family decision, to which Kourtney agreed and even explained that the family has these conversations each time their contract ends. She went on to add that if everyone wanted to keep doing it, I'm sure I would have kept doing it too, and joked, "Unless I found my island to move to." Scott appeared to have different hesitations on calling it quits, telling the family, "My biggest fear is that we will float apart and not see each other nearly as much, because if we don't work together every day, we're surely not going to see each other every day." This comes after last week's episode where Scott professed his love to Kourtney, so something tells us it's Kourtney whom Scott is worried about not seeing. Needless to say, the reunion episode after the season finale will be one heck of a ride. And for more news to keep up with the Kardashians, click right over here for all the details on Kim's involvement in a statue smuggling scandal. After that, let me know your thoughts on all of this, and if you think Kourtney really is responsible for the family calling it quits in the comments section below. I'm your host, Susan Morad. I'll catch you later. Bye guys.